Breaking news, CBS News estimating Vice President Harris has secured enough delegates to become the Democratic Party's presidential nominee. Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. This comes just hours after the vice president's first speech since President Biden ended his campaign as she rallied supporters and made her case against Donald Trump.
CBS 2's Dick Brennan here now with the latest. Dick.
Hey, welcome back to Nights and Weekends with me, Marcus, your host. I'm always kind of laughing because this is just a funny thing. But as you can see, we're in the new studio down in the basement of your local abandoned school. So as you can see from the first clip that I inserted into this video, see, coming out hot. So as we see, somehow Kamala Harris secured the nomination with none of y'all voting for her, by the way. Let me make sure that that's 100% clear. Not one person out there voted for Kamala Harris to be the Democrat nominee. And if we go on ahead and we take a quick look here, because this shouldn't even be a long video. I think that when it comes to Kamala, she was so bad that she dropped out prior to even getting to her state in 2020. Okay. I'm not going to focus in on all the stupid ass laughing or any of that kind of stuff. We're just going to try our best just to hop right on into her policies and how the media, since they literally lied to you and they lied to me and they lie to everybody else because they're on the left, they lied about this woman. But hey, Ed and Marcus, future Marcus, here in the local local fallout shelter. Okay, future Marcus, throw in the clip of the media lying about her being border czar.
So Newsbusters put out an unbelievable montage of members of the media talking about Kamala Harris as border czar before Biden dropped out. And then Kamala Harris as border czar after Biden dropped out. So the minute she became the nominee, suddenly she was no longer the border czar ever. It was wiped away, lost in the sands of time. It never happened. Poof. East Asia, we were always at war with East Asia. And here's the montage. It's amazing.
Vice President Harris was not a border czar.
Meantime, Vice President and border czar Kamala Harris facing some backlash.
What he said about Harris and immigration was not true. She was never appointed border czar.
And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by President Biden.
People gonna have to counter the misinformation. You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
President Biden tapped Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, to be the border czar.
Now, she wasn't the border czar. That's what Republicans labeled her.
They were very critical of Kamala Harris, especially in her role as border czar.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar.
The Biden team didn't declare her the border czar. They wanted her to work on kind of the root causes of immigration.
So, as we can see there, she obviously was lying. I'm sorry. The media was lying about it. Now, this is the thing I had to ask you, random viewer of my video, wherever you may be. If they're willing to lie about this and like snap right on into line, it is almost like as if we're living in the book 1984. They don't want you to believe your lying eyes. Okay. So, if they're willing to lie to you about that, I wonder what else they're willing to lie about. I wonder, are they willing to lie about Donald Trump? I wonder, are they willing to lie about COVID? Okay. I wonder, are they willing to lie about tax cuts? I wonder, are they willing to lie about who actually pays the fucking taxes in this country? I wonder, are they willing to lie about that? But we're going to go on ahead and hop right on in. Like I said, this is not going to be a very long video because I'm rather annoyed. So, as we can see here, apparently Kamala Harris, according to CBS News on July 26th, She is up by 6 points in New Hampshire. So we're going to try to read this. Try is the point. A survey of more than 2,000 registered New Hampshire voters by this college took place on July 24th through the 25th after Harris secured enough delegates support to become the likely Democratic presidential nominee. Harris led Trump 50-44 in the polls. Now, let me ask you this, right? For the folks on the left who talk about the democracy as if like, hey, Future Marcus, find a goddamn clip of Obi-Wan Kenobi talking about the democracy. Future Marcus ain't doing it, okay? Most of the folks that are watching this probably wouldn't get the goddamn reference anyway. Good luck. So for the folks who talk about that, you all are going to vote for a person that you didn't even vote for as the nominee, by the way. Let's hop back to this. So Kamala, or Vice President Harris, let me give you a quick rewind to what happened to Kamala back in 2020. So this is from December 13th, 2019. Dude, isn't that crazy? She didn't even make it to 2020. I mean, COVID wasn't even out. No one has shut down the goddamn economy and then turn around and complain about inflation a few years after that. But she didn't even make it to 2020. So here we go. This is from NPR, which is a terrible rag of a leftist organization, but I will use it for these purposes. California Senator Kamala Harris is dropping out of the presidential race, citing a lack of funds. She informed her campaign staff of her decision on a conference call and later sent an email to supporters in which she wrote, "My campaign for president simply doesn't have the financial resources we need to continue." Okay. Harris's departure 2 months before voting and caucuses began in the presidential contest marks an abrupt end to a campaign that for much of the winter and spring looked like that of a top tier presidential contender. No one wanted this woman, not even the damn Democrats, just so that we're clear. Okay. Hey, Future Marcus, throw in the clip of Tulsi Gabbard giving her head on a spit.
Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. That would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
So, as we can see there, Tulsi ended her political run right then and there. But let us look at a few things that Kamala Harris believes in. So, this is from the other leftist rag, CNN. So Kamala Harris praised defund the police movement in 2020 radio interview. Here we go. So you can take this part out. Who cares? Harris said in a June radio interview, the movement rightly called out the amounts of money spent on police departments instead of on community services such as education, housing, and healthcare, emphasizing that more police did not equate to more public safety. So, as we can see, she's a bit of a goddamn chameleon. Now, this is something, just so that we're clear.
Are we clear? Yes, sir. Are we clear? Crystal.
I am not a fan of politicians like Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, and a bunch of people on the right also who will switch up their political views in a matter of nanoseconds. I have a problem with that. So, as we can see here, she was perfectly fine with defunding the police. And then let's go to the other leftist rag, Axios, where let's see where it is she stands on the hot button issues here. So on reproductive health care. This is let me try my best to be as succinct as possible. I'm going to zoom in on myself here. The thing I can't tolerate with the left at all is that they use euphemisms instead of saying what it is. It is simply killing off your unborn child, period. And I think if we actually come to some type of terms with that, I think that we'll be better clear on the moral gravity of that situation. And I think that we wouldn't frame it as reproductive health care. Now, I do have to say this. I wonder how Christians actually view that. Because we have thou shalt not murder, like in the 10 Commandments, right? At least for the Christians, people who I know who are Christians, right? We have that as a law. There's no pussyfooting around that. Right? So if we have that as a law in the 10 Commandments, you cannot look at abortion as just being something, well, they'll just take it up with God. And, we really shouldn't have a law against it. Okay, if that's the case, we shouldn't have a law against murder. We'll just let God sort it out. Right? So anyway, let us get back to this. Clicking back on my face. Here we go. Reproductive health care. Harris, the first vice president to tour an abortion clinic while in office, has repeatedly criticized the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe versus Wade and has said Trump is to blame. No problem. Trump, for his part, repeatedly bragged about appointing 3 high court justices who joined the Dobbs decision. Now, this goes back to the point I just made about Christians. While Biden, a devoted Catholic, I'm sorry. Nope. No. We're going to draw a line in the sand here. No. Is personally uncomfortable with abortion, but has been adamant that a woman has a right to choose. Harris has been an administration surrogate for leading the Biden-Harris campaign efforts on abortion rights. So she's perfectly fine with that. She wants to overturn it and also give some pre-clearance stuff, apparently. Right? So we can go to this. On climate change. Now, this is one of those things that pisses me off in the little box on your screen if you're still watching. For the folks who live in the West, in America, who have air conditioners, refrigeration, cars, air conditioning, indoor heating, lights, etc., goes out to the mall, watches stuff on their television. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about climate change. Okay? I'm sorry. It's not that you're a hypocrite. People are hypocritical all the time. It's that you want to undercut the stuff that absolutely undergirds your entire fucking lifestyle. So, as we can see here, during the 2020 Democratic presidential primary, she called for a fracking ban.
My family lives in western Pennsylvania, where fracked gas wells have become a common sight. Will you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking your first day in office?
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah.
Co-sponsored the Green New Deal legislation and supported abolishing the Senate filibuster to pass climate legislation. Thank you, God, if you're out there, because it almost seems like as if you kind of set everything up for us human beings here on earth. Thank God that this woman doesn't have her way, because instead of you paying $3 or $4 or maybe even upwards of $6 per 1,000 cubic feet of natural gas to heat your home in like the winter, you would probably pay closer to 15, 17 bucks per 1,000 cubic feet of natural gas, and your butt would be broke. Okay? These are people that it just blows my mind at the stupid shit that they think. Okay? So let's also look here on economic policies. This is also, again, this is from the leftist rag Axios. Now, I want to just go right here. Right here. Like Biden, she supports increasing taxes on the ultra wealthy, but as a senator, she also introduced legislation that would give a tax credit for up to $6,000 for low and middle class households. We just love the damn class warfare shit. I'm telling you, as like a country, we just absolutely love it. So Vice President Harris has, even though she knows, okay, let me make sure I know this. Let me make sure that this is clear. She isn't stupid. Okay. She knows that the wealthy pay the majority of the freaking income taxes in this country. It is not the middle class. It's the ultra wealthy and the folks that through the sweat of their own brow make it to the top 10%. Okay. They pay the overwhelming majority, even though they don't make the overwhelming majority of income. They pay the majority of the income taxes in this country, and going after them for more money is not going to, it isn't going to work. And again, she thinks you're so fucking stupid that like you're going to believe that the rich don't pay their fair share. It's stupid. It's absolutely dumb. Okay. So Tulsi ended Vice President Harris back in 2020. Why is she back as the nominee? I have no idea. From what I hear are some rumors that Biden did not want to leave office. He did not. He wanted to keep running. Obama wanted him out. Nancy Pelosi wanted him out. And he wasted no time now saying, hey, that he puts all his support behind Harris to frustrate Obama and stuff like that. So who knows? That could just be a rumor. I look, man. If you vote for Harris, fine. The only thing I would absolutely love is for you to have an actual cogent reason. See, I cannot speak right, but have a cogent reason for why you did that's based on her policies. And I swear to God, if anybody in my comment section, anybody in my real life bring up taxing the rich, climate change, reproductive rights, I'm going to snap on them. Okay. So, lastly, Peter Schiff had made an excellent point in one of his shows this past week. Now, let me make sure that this is 100% clear, okay? Just so that you understand where it is I'm coming from if you just so happen to stumble upon this channel, because YouTube has thrown me in the depths of hell. I'm about to make a goddamn food review channel, and I bet I get more views and more support, but whatever. Peter Schiff made an excellent point, and you can go look it up. Future Marcus might or might not look it up. Editing Marcus here. Bruh, this video is 20 plus minutes long. You want to make this a 50-minute video? It's hard to get people to look 1 minute past when it starts. So no, I didn't go look up the Peter Schiff part, but Peter Schiff's point still stands as being correct. All right, good luck. Trump was speaking at the Bitcoin conference. I'm a big proponent of Bitcoin because I know that the voters and the politicians, which are a reflection of the people who vote and of the culture of the country, they want something for nothing. Okay, nothing's going to change the damn. Nothing is going to change that, because we have gone completely off the rails, and we as a society are going straight down the damn crapper. But Trump said that we're going to make a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, the only reason why Bitcoin's value has gone way up, it is because you have people like me and other people betting our hard-earned money. Okay, I have a lot of money tied up in this, enough to where I hope to not unalive my damn self if it turns against me. But we have a ton of people who are betting that instead of us buckling down, raising taxes on everyone, that means the wealthy, the middle class, the poor, all of us, okay? And if we were to raise taxes on everybody and also cut spending and also cut back on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all the goddamn bureaucrats, etc., that we could get our financial house in order. But the folks that are like me are betting that we won't. We just can't do it. Okay? So Donald Trump was at the conference saying that he's going to make a strategic Bitcoin reserve and to never sell your damn Bitcoin. So essentially, he is going to get in, much like the current person who's in office, and he's going to turn on the damn spigots of quantitative easing and money creation. If this is exactly what the hell the damn founders fought against, which was essentially letting people, the average citizen and stuff like that, letting us get a hold of the goddamn purse strings. Like, what in the hell happened to us? So, yeah, Trump is going to make a strategic Bitcoin reserve that will only go up in value if we run up tons of deficits and never get our financial house in order. Okay? This is exactly what the founders warned about. And the only reason I'm going to vote for Trump, okay, is that at the end of the day, at least from a personal freedoms point of view, he's better than Kamala. And at least, hopefully, he goes through and gets rid of a bunch of goddamn bureaucrats. A whole bunch of them can be fired. Okay? But that's it. Kamala is the presumptive Democrat nominee. You all didn't vote for it, but this is what it is you got. Tulsi ended her political career back in 2019, but somehow she's back. Okay. The press will simply just flat out lie to you about everything when it comes to VP Harris. And hey, I'll probably see y'all in a week. Hopefully Ed and Marcus doesn't have his work completely cut out. I'll see y'all in a week from the basement of your local school. All right, bye.